Welcome back to Pirate Radio broadcast Madden 26 football. 10-10. We're coming to the end of the second quarter and halftime festivities. Let's get back to the field.
Level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. Stop. Now they'll set up to play. And he will go all the way. Jalen Baker. Touchdown. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. That's a play we see work very often.
That 4-4 route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. In order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
Now right to add the extra point. He knocks it through. Scored by 7. It is now 17-10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Final sounds trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10.
To the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Now Sanders to throw on second down. He's taken down just shy of midfield. 17 yards on that connection. It's a Browns first down.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer, so it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day, and I think these two might have a really bright future together, and the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
They go play action with Sanders.
So we had a chance to talk to the defensive coordinator the other day, and remember what he told us, Mike? He said, we know how talented this young rookie quarterback is. He can make all the throws. We've seen him do it in college. But it's a different animal now doing this in the NFL. We think we can make him force some bad throws and make some bad decisions. And so far here in the first half, that's exactly what they've done.
The Panthers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Set up to throw. Malik Collins getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
And this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever, you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
The Panthers, they're going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. The clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break. To throw. This one taken in by Russell. Browns going to use the first of their timeouts. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. 3rd and 10. Halftime coming up. We'll get you now to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half.
Okay. They're going to make some changes at quarterback. Kenny Pickett will be going in there, followed by Joe Flacco and Deshaun Watson. might see the full rotation. So the Panthers get Andy Dalton, and we'll see if they send in Bryce Young. So let's get back to that action. Auction.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go. The second half is underway. The Panthers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he cut that play out as the looking was good, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Now Dalton. Across midfield and at the opposing 46-yard line. And as for much more, on the screen they gain 19 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go.
Linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Off play. He's set up to throw. This one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They motion the slot man left. They'll throw here on 3rd and short right. Deep to the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Browns offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. To throw is Pickett.
knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
On second down, Pickett. Taken down up around the 42-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
From the 32 now, is first and 10. In the shotgun, here's Pickett. This one intercepted. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a catch to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10. The motion man here is Mitchell.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From the 33, here's second and 5. And it leads to third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll run the sneak.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They'll come up here first and 10. They'll run. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yard.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. They'll stick with him again. At least it's an improvement over the last play. You're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
Loss of a yard.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last two plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
It is third and long. Here's Dalton. That might take them out of field goal range.
You know, we can sit up here all day long and critique the quarterback, and you can see his eyes aren't downfield. He's a little jittery in the pocket. But with the amount he's been sacked and hit today, Mike, I can't say I really blame him.
Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. They'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this will not be returnable, as this kick will go out. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So what to do starting with this 1st and 10.
Force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Now it's Delta. For a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
In motion comes the tight end, Evans. Dalton to throw. And again he goes down.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
So, it is 4th down, and here comes Matthew Wright for the Panther field goal. Spotted at the 35, this is 45-yard attempt. It's good. The Panthers will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Browns offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10.
Just ends up being a wasted down.
Second and 10. avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
It's certainly not for the lack of trying, but these guys are having a really hard time getting on the same page right now. I mean, he's still looking for his first catch, despite getting a handful of targets going his way.
And the gun, third down, first pick. Good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. He's on to punt it for the fourth time tonight. That one hits at the 3, but goes in the wrong direction for the punter. It turns out to be a touchdown. There's Dave Canales, the Carolina head coach. His Panthers heading back onto the field. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. So, from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 4.
We're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
So, from the 36, it is first and 10. They'll stay on the ground. This time the slang becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop them right at the line of scrimmage.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. To throw is Dalton. Here's a screen coming for Bauer. He's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious.